Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Talk podcast. Before I even say one more word into this episode, I need to give a huge shout out to you guys. I don't know if you've seen, I posted on the Girls Gotta Talk podcast Instagram the other day, saying that I've been watching numbers from the last episode I put up. It was the second episode from that week. From when you're listening to this, last week I posted 2 episodes. I posted again on Monday and then again on Thursday. The Thursday episode has been doing incredibly well. I don't know what it is. I don't know who's sitting there rewatching it, putting it on the background. I don't know. The amount of views that episode has gotten on YouTube, anyways, I don't know if I can check numbers on Spotify or anything. If I can, I don't know how. But YouTube-wise, it has been insane. It's not even a ton of views, but it's a lot for me and what my episodes have been doing. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to you guys before we got into this episode, saying thank you guys so much. I love all the support we've gotten on this new podcast. But yeah, I don't know what it is about that episode, but it's been doing so well. And I love seeing the numbers just keep climbing at that point. I literally am checking it all the time. But yeah, without further ado, intentions of the week. Probably should have thought of this before we started the episode. I don't know. Okay. If you haven't also seen, I've gotten some new toys. I finally got my own laptop. Well, actually, Julian got it for me, but Julian found one on Facebook Marketplace, and he went out and got it for me. So I'm using my own laptop to record this on. If you are an audio listener, I don't know, now you know, but if you're here on YouTube, I'm literally looking at my own laptop screen instead of, I used to use Julian's because I didn't honestly have one. And then Julian got me my own little audio thing. What is it called? Oh, the Roadcast that I would have to take from him. And now I have my own, so I literally don't have to take, the only thing I have to take from Julian is his camera because yeah, cameras are expensive, so we'll get into that eventually. But for right now, the only thing I'm using right now is Julian's camera attached to Julian's tripod. Other than that, it's my computer now that it's amazing because I can it'll be on my laptop and I can literally just edit from the laptop. It makes it so much easier. I don't have to wait for Julian to transfer stuff for me to edit and upload and all that. Yeah. This just cuts the workload almost in half. I am so excited. So my intentions, of course, now are to try to record more for the podcast because I can do this so much easier. I don't know. I just came up with that on the spot. It's not really a good intention, but we're going to make it one because I've been doing a lot of work lately for this podcast, and I don't know. It's just been getting me really excited. But with that being said, podcast, streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, anywhere you stream your podcast. If you do follow the podcast Instagram, there is a link tree site. If you click on that, it does pop up with everywhere you could stream your platform. I don't know why I always want to say stream your platforms. That literally doesn't make any sense. Anywhere you stream your podcast, or we are here on YouTube, Girls Gotta Talk podcast. Everything is there. Everything on YouTube in the description are my socials, my YouTube channel, my Instagram, I think, and the podcast one. But make sure to follow it all. Yeah. Without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into this episode. I'll explain it in a minute, but I've actually done a lot of work for this episode. Lately on YouTube, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I just recently did a few episodes back, romanticizing fall episode, and I had said something about possibly doing like romanticizing your life type episode, and I was really like on the fence about it because as you'll see as we get into it, I don't know, whatever. I'll give a little preview. It's not even a preview. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but most of the bullets I had in the beginning of this, like a beginning of the list that I have, are kind of the same ones that were in the romanticizing fall one. So part of me was like, I don't really want to do this episode because I feel like I'm just taking it, and instead of saying fall, I'm saying life, like romanticizing, like not fall anymore, but just your life. And I was like, that kind of sounds like I'm cheating the system. Like, it doesn't sound good. So at first I was going to scrap this episode, but then I've been seeing a lot of people doing like romanticizing your life, romanticizing you, having time for yourself, and all this type of stuff that I was like, huh. So I started watching a lot of YouTube videos of people doing it, and that's where I got some of these ideas from that I'm going to give to you guys in case you needed some. I definitely needed a few of these. I kind of thought of a few of these and was like, oh my God, why don't I do that? But yeah, so I have my phone today. Normally I have my notebook, but I didn't write this stuff in my notebook yet, but it is on my phone because I use the Notion app. Love the app. But actually, before we get into this list, I'm going to read you a couple things that I actually like Googled. I told you I did a lot of work for this episode. I don't know why. I don't know like what got me in the vibe for this, but so I kind of Googled, I guess, like romanticizing your life just as a whole and seeing like what Google would say about it. I did find this one quote that I really like that I'm going to read to you guys. I got to start like marking where I get things from because I can't really cite my sources because I didn't write it down. It says romanticizing your life, like romanticizing your life is in like quotes. So like romanticizing your life is a form of mindfulness, but it's really about being aware of what's happening around you without attaching any judgment to it and accepting things as they are. And I really liked the thought of this because, I don't know, like you're kind of out there doing things maybe by yourself or with a group of friends, and like you're noticing what's happening around you in your life, but you're not, I don't know, like it's not really like sticking with you is kind of how I took this. You're not judging anything. You're not questioning everything. You're aware of what's happening, but you're just kind of accepting it as how it is in that moment, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's actually what it means. You might have taken it a different way when I said it. That's kind of what came to my mind when I read it and like wrote it down, because I feel like in the moment of you like kind of romanticizing your life, for audio listeners, I keep putting quotes around romanticizing your life because that's just like the term for it. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know if it's actually like a name or like a thing. So, whoa, choking on my own spit here. What was I going to say before I said audio listeners? I don't know. Like, I'm just going to go with whatever's coming to my mind. As you're like romanticizing your life, you're kind of just taking like you time almost, like you're doing things for you, either that you've been meaning to do, that you should do, or that like, I don't know, like you're just taking the time for you. You're taking that one day for you, which I feel like should happen more often than it probably does for people, but hopefully we'll all get better at that. The next thing I did was Google, like what happens when you treat yourself type of situation. And I found a couple things, like it tried to like give not definitions, but like definitions in a way of what it would be like. And most of what I found is that it just says that it, like when you treat yourself, you boost your self-esteem and confidence, which just makes you feel good. And I loved reading that. I loved hearing that because it is very true. When you take the time to do things for yourself, it does make you feel good. So it boosts your confidence. You go out feeling amazing. You go out feeling like a whole new person. So you have more self-esteem. Like, I don't know. I feel like that just needs to be a thing. Like, that is amazing for all of you. Like, if you have ever gone out and like did something for you, it could have been the smallest thing, it could have been the biggest thing. You come out of it feeling amazing. You come out of it, I don't know, there's definitely been times where I've done something and I'm like, whew, I'm a whole new person now. Like, this just changed my mood for the day. It changed the vibe for the day. I don't know. That just might be me. But with that being said, now that I've read those 2 things for you, I am going to get into this list. I have a few things. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, 12. I had more than I thought I did. As I mentioned, some of these like first couple things were in the romanticizing fall, but I did feel like they still fit in the romanticizing life situation. I'll probably say each thing on the list and kind of explain a little bit into it. But yeah, as I was saying before, a lot of people were posting videos on YouTube, and I thought it was like the weirdest like coincidence that this is the episode I was trying to do and trying to plan, and thought I was going to scrap it. And then I saw like 1 or 2 videos and I was like, wow, like that has to be like something. It has to be like, here's your ideas that you needed type of thing. Here's the little push you needed to not scrap that video and like, or episode, and give you some ideas of what you could say and like make it not the last episode you basically put up. So I did get some of these from YouTube videos. So, I mean, shout out to you. I got to cite my sources. I got to write down like where I got videos from, or not videos, where I got things from, like from certain videos, like whose video it was, so you could go like check it out after I like say all this. But maybe that should be my intention of the week, citing my sources. Anyways, the first, of course, I wouldn't be me if I didn't put this as the first thing on my list. Coffee. Romanticizing your life? Coffee. Don't say you don't deserve it. You deserve it. I try to tell myself that I shouldn't be buying a coffee every day, because I swear to God, I buy a coffee from Dunkin' every single morning. I think it's necessary. I think because I'm passing Dunkin' anyways to go and drop my son off at daycare, that since I'm right there, like it's not out of my way. So like, what's the harm in stopping really quick to get myself some caffeine to make it through the day? The harm is probably spending the same, like literally it's like $4. It's not even $4. It's like $3, son, but round up, it's $4. $4 a day. We'll say even like 5-6 days a week. That adds up when you think about it. It's kind of embarrassing, but I don't know. I enjoy coffee, so like, why am I not gonna get it for myself? You know, like, you deserve it. You want it. Why not get it? I don't think there's actually an answer of why you shouldn't get it. So I am probably not the person to ask when you should say, should I get one today? Because I'm obviously probably gonna say yes. The next thing that I have, I honestly know I said this in the fall one, because in my notes it literally says cold at this point, because I guess it depends on where you are when you're listening, like where you are when you're listening to this, because where I live on the East Coast. I live in Connecticut. It's cold. It got cold, like extremely cold, out of nowhere. I don't know where this weather came from. It's now like 30 degrees at night. Sometimes like in the day, it's been getting up to like 50, but like it's still kind of cold. But like during the night and early mornings, it's been like 30 degrees. I swear it's dropped into like the 20s some mornings when I'm bringing my son to daycare, and I'm like, dude, what is this? But I still, until there's probably snow on the ground, I will still vouch to go for walks. I probably sound crazy because it is really freaking cold, but I would say bundle up, baby. Walks lately for me, even like I brought down a box to like the cardboard thing, which is outside of the apartment complex I live in. I walked down there tonight, and even just that little walk, it gets me so excited. Like, I don't know why I've been really enjoying them lately, but they've really been like, I don't know, part of my routines during the day. Like, I need a walk at some point during the day. It could be going to, like I said, throw the cardboard out. It could be running to my car like I forgot something. I might just start like on purpose forgetting things in my car just so I could take a walk down there. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just walks have been helping me like mentally and obviously physically. Like it's not harming you physically if you want to, go for a little walk. But I was going to say like hot girl walk as like romanticizing your life, but I mean, I guess at this point it'd be a cold girl walk, but I still don't think there's anything wrong with that personally. But I know some of you are going to be like, oh my God, it's so cold. I'm not doing that. Another thing I had for this though was go to the gym. You probably won't catch me in the gym. Honestly, I'd rather take a cold walk outside than probably step foot in a gym. Call me crazy. That's just me, I guess. I don't know. It's just like a kind of mentality of just making yourself feel good, whether you want to go for a walk, whether you want to like pace around your apartment. I have this lady in the building I live in. I don't know if I should say this or not, but she like goes for walks up and down the hallway. She lives on the floor I live on, so she'll like pace the hallways. Do that, honestly. It's still kind of warm inside, but you're still getting your steps in. You're still walking. If you want to take her vibe, honestly, I would say go for it. As long, like, whatever you're doing, honestly, I think it works. Just to make yourself feel good, both physically and mentally. The next thing that I had was a movie night. Honestly, probably going to be the vibe after I record this. It is currently 9 p.m. on a Saturday night, so most people are probably like out with friends, out in general. I do live above and around a lot of bars, and I can hear the one below me is pretty poppin' right now. I've seen a lot of people park on the road that I live on, because it's kind of a main busy road, so they'll park there, head to wherever they're going. There's a new parking lot near me that people paid to park in. That gets pretty busy. There are a bunch of cars in there tonight, so they're definitely around. That's what probably most people are doing on a Saturday, but here I am recording this podcast episode and then probably having a movie night by myself because the baby's sleeping, and what else am I gonna do? So I do think that's a way of relaxing and taking time for yourself. Watch a movie that no one either wants to watch, but you do. You don't need anyone to watch a movie. Watch it by yourself. Oh, that sounded so aggressive. I did not mean it with the tone I just said. But make some popcorn, get some blankets, snacks. I don't know. I think a movie night by yourself is kind of a vibe sometimes. No one's there to bother you or talk to you during the movie. No one's there to interrupt. Like if you have to pause or interrupt the movie, like you're doing it on your own time. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. So I don't know. I think that's a vibe. You need like a night to yourself. You had a bad day. It's now the end of the week. You didn't have the best week. Recoup, reset yourself. Sit on the couch, sit in your bed, sit on a chair, anywhere you get comfortable, and watch that movie by yourself. The next thing that I had was, no better way to romanticize your life than a little shopping spree. Honestly, me being me, the first place I thought of that I would probably go right now and like do a little shopping spree was Target. I know most people would probably think of like the mall or something, but I don't know. I'm a Target girly, so the first thing I thought of was Target. I know they have a lot of Christmas stuff and holiday stuff out right now, so like my thing is just, you can never go wrong with the Target trip is what I have to say. Target literally has everything. You don't even know you'll need half that stuff until you go shopping and you're like, oh, and it ends up in your cart and you end up at the self-check scanning it and putting it into the bag and pretending everything's okay and that it's not a random item that wasn't on your list, but it's fine. That happens to me way too often, but Target gets kind of dangerous. I don't know. It's definitely not just me. But especially with all the stuff they have, and then including the Starbucks they have inside, most Targets, I don't know. I think it's a dangerous place. But if you're in one of those ruts and you want to do something for yourself and have like the time of your life, I'd say go to Target. The next thing I have was lunch or dinner, like a lunch or dinner date by yourself. I'm actually surprised I thought of this and had it on my list. I think this was one of the things I saw in the YouTube videos I watched, because me being me, I don't think I I would really have to talk myself into it and like force myself to do it. I don't see myself sitting in a restaurant by myself, like eating by myself. I feel like I would have too much anxiety and be like really anxious about it. So I would probably like get food and like piece out of there if I'm not already like going through the drive-through. Most of the times if I do go places by myself, I'm through the drive-through, or I do like I order online or through like the app or whatever. So that way, like if I do go inside, I'm literally just inside picking it up and I'm back out the door. I would actually like, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind sitting, in a little corner booth by myself, either chilling there. I'd probably like watch some YouTube or something, put my headphones in, because it would make me a little more comfortable and like settling with myself, if that makes sense. I don't think I'd be able to just sit there in silence with myself. But I think it'd be really cool. I definitely think it's a vibe. I definitely applaud anyone that does it, because of the fact that I definitely could not. I don't want to say could not. I would just rather not. Definitely one of those things I would have to like I said, get myself to do. But I'm hoping one day I actually will, because I actually think that's a lot of fun. Like I said, I applaud whoever does it. Teach me your tips and tricks, because I don't know, I want to do it too. The next thing I had was, I don't know where I got this from, because in the videos I watched, no one did this, but I kind of thought of it. I think I must have like Googled something, like looking for ideas, but this must have been in the list. A day in the city. Personally, I don't know who's gonna come for me. When we talk about cities, I love Boston way more than I love New York City. I had to take that pause because I know some people are going to come for me. I feel the attack already. I know a lot of people are obsessed with New York. Don't get me wrong, New York's nice. The city's nice. I don't know what it is though. I just love Boston. I always loved pictures of Boston. I liked people talking about Boston, because they honestly had a lot more perks to say about Boston than New York, like about it being cleaner, the people being nicer, like all that stuff. The cities like outside of Boston are also really nice, and it sometimes makes you feel like you're in the city when you're really not, and I kind of like that vibe as well. But like New York is really nice. Been there multiple times. Been to New York way more times than I've been to Boston. But ever since the first time I went to Boston, I've loved it. I absolutely love Boston. I'm sorry. If I could get myself to go by myself, this is another thing I'd have to work on, I would do it. I feel like, is there a train to get into Boston? I don't know. Is that a thing? I'd have to look that up. But I don't think I would drive into Boston by myself. I don't think I would be able to maneuver all that. I've been in a car with someone else driving in Boston, and it is kind of crazy hectic. It's a city, so like, what are you expecting type of situation. So I don't know if I would do that by myself per se. I honestly, not that I probably would. This would be another thing I'd have to like really talk myself into and get myself to do. I would sit on a train and go into Grand Central and explore New York. Do I know my way around New York? Absolutely not. Would I probably get lost? Knowing me, probably. But I think if I figured out how to, work a train station, I could go to New York by myself, spend a day in the city. I feel like once I was there and like just kind of walked around and ended up wherever I ended up, I would have a lot of fun and like go in shops, get some food, just kind of enjoy like the city life for the day, I guess. If I can do that in Boston by myself, 100% I think I would. But I would have to like kind of figure out how to work like peak, off peak, like all that information, where I would catch the train. I don't know, like times, and make sure I'm on time and don't miss a train, all that stuff. I think I would get kind of anxious thinking I was late, and if I miss it, if another one's coming after that, if it's really late in the night, I know they cut off train times. So I would kind of like panic a little bit. I think I would just be that person that would go like early in the day and come back early. That way I know like a train's getting me home. But I don't know. I don't know if I would. I feel like when you're in the city and you're walking around, everyone has like AirPods in, headphones on. You're just kind of vibing, doing your own thing. No one really thinks anything of it. So I think that aspect, it wouldn't make me so anxious, but it'd be the fact of just like figuring out how to get there and get home and making sure I don't get lost, because that would honestly just be something that would happen to me. Just my luck. The next thing that I had is kind of something really simple. I kind of thought of this the other day because I kind of like did it, and it just makes you feel really good. You know, when you like have a day where you have no plans, you don't plan on going anywhere, or you don't want to go anywhere, but you still get yourself like ready for the day? I don't know what it is about that simple like little concept, but that makes you feel so good. Like, I don't know. I kind of did it today as well. I didn't really go anywhere. I went out this morning to get a coffee, as I said. I'm always literally stopping at Dunkin'. But I like came home and JJ was napping. If you don't know, JJ's my son. JJ was taking his nap for the day. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, okay, he's napping. I figured I would get a lot done around the house, which I didn't. So, oops. But, I was like, okay, well, like, I kind of like want to shower now that he's sleeping. I'll go take a shower. You know, get myself ready for some reason. I literally showered, put on a new pair of leggings and a t-shirt, as if you're watching on YouTube, what I'm wearing right now. Put on makeup for literally no reason. No reason. I didn't leave the house again today after my shower. And like I said, I'm going to be probably on the couch watching a movie tonight. So I put this makeup on to go nowhere, for me to just take it off and watch a movie. I don't know, but I enjoyed it. Like, I actually enjoyed it. I felt good because I was like, wow, I look better than I did. I feel better than I did because I changed, showered, got myself ready. Like, I don't know. It's those little things that really just make you feel really good about yourself. And that is what we need for ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. The next thing that I have is something I realized I knew I loved it, but I've been doing it a lot more lately because of that one spot I talk about in like probably every episode now, of sitting by the water and watching the sunset. Granted, I'm still not happy with the fact that the sun sets really early. I think because it's so late, I can't see what time the sun set tonight. I could probably oh no. Sunset was at 4:30. You know what? I'm tired of these 4:30 sunsets. But anyways, yeah, just being there though, and especially I think it's mostly because it's on the water, by the water, it makes it so much better. But just sitting there and watching the sunset by yourself, there's just something about it. I don't know what it is. I mean, granted, it might just be because I'm like sitting in my own car. No one's bothering me. No one's well, they probably could if they wanted to, but that'd be weird. I really enjoy it. Like, those are definitely the things I like doing by myself. I enjoy doing by myself. I don't mind doing by myself. And the next thing I had kind of ties into it, because I definitely saw this in one of the YouTube videos that I watched, was having a little picnic, like kind of for by yourself situation. I saw this girl. She, her name is Emma Marie on YouTube. She lives in Florida, and she took a blanket, she went to go get food, she had a book, just sat on a beach she lived to like by, and just sat there and watched the sunset. She like sat there, read, ate some dinner, literally looked like she had the time of her life, and I love that. Like, I love that for her. I love that for you. I love that for me. Like, that's a vibe. That is a vibe. And then it got me thinking, and I'm like, wow, like, if you have a little picnic by yourself, Like, why have I never done that before? Why have I not thought to go and sit somewhere and have a little picnic by myself? You know, get some food and either read or, you know, like just eat some food, just sit there, like eat, like at the beach or something, or like bring something to paint, color a little picture. I don't know. That's a vibe. How many times am I going to say vibe? I feel like that's a mood. That is the greatest thing I probably could have thought of, and I'm really upset that I haven't done that. And then, I don't know, I feel like if I can go on a cold walk, I should be able to go sit. I don't know, is that the same thing, like sitting out in the cold for a picnic? I think that might be a little too much. But we'll see. I don't know, maybe there'll be a nice day where I can go like during the day when it's not so cold and, you know, enjoy a little time. But I don't know, I just think a picnic is one of the cutest things on the face of the earth. I think whether you're doing it with someone or by yourself, picnics are very, I feel, underrated. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. The next thing that I had was this. So the last couple like all kind of blend together. So again, taking the picnic of, you know, just sitting there by yourself, reading a book. I think just taking the time in general, whether you go on that picnic or you just sit in your house, on the couch, in your bed, on your little patio, your front porch, I don't know, anywhere really nice, and just take the time to read. If it's nice out, you just sit outside, read a couple chapters. If you read a couple chapters before bed instead of, you know, scrolling on your phone. I know that, like, reading makes me tired per se. So I like to do it if I do, like, kind of before bed, because if I'm doing it during the day, then when I'm done and want to do something else, I'm like, wow, I'm really tired. But I don't know. I've been in my reading era lately. I've been into a lot of different, I don't know. I have like a trilogy I'm reading, 2 different trilogies I'm into. I've read both 1 and 2 books of 2 different series, trilogies. And I've been really enjoying it. I really love it. I think I've definitely mentioned it that one of them is a TV show that I also want to start watching, but I want to finish the books first. I actually went to Target the other day and bought 3 different books. Honestly, 3 books from 3 different series. I can't remember the third one I bought. Now that I'm thinking about it, I bought, so 2 out of the 3 are the third books in 2 different trilogies. I can't remember the last book I bought. That definitely just means I haven't been into them, because I don't even remember what I bought. I need to get back into them though, because like I said, I want to finish one so I could watch the series. But I feel like just taking the time to get into a good book, just, I don't know, it eases your mind. It makes you forget about some stuff going on. You just are in your own little world. Picturing what's going on from the book, you know, when you're reading and it's like all like kind of coming together in your head. I don't know. I think that's personally like a really, really good time, but that's if you're into reading. I know a lot of people are like, I refuse to read. I refuse to get into a book. I can't do it. The next thing that I had, I actually kind of miss, which was getting your nails or your hair or both done. I have gotten my hair done a few times. If you know me, I have naturally really curly hair. I haven't gotten a haircut in so long, so honestly, my hair is probably like awful and dead. But I've gone to salons a few times when I like my hair straightened. It does take a long time if I'm doing it by myself. It literally takes 2 to 3 hours because my hair is so curly and it takes forever to get it to like dry and straighten and have it actually like look decent. So I have gone to hair salons a couple times to get my hair. I get it washed, blow dried, and then straightened. Just to have like the full effect of getting your hair done. I'm sure I could just go in there after a shower, like, and be like either, touch it up, like make sure it's dry and then straighten it, or even if I just take a shower, go in the next day being like, can you just straighten it? I don't know. Obviously, like, it's what they're trained to do. Like, they've gone through school and everything for it, so they just make it look 10 times better, I feel like, than I ever could. I know there was a time in high school I had my hair straightened every single day. I think it was freshman year. I had it straightened every day when I went to school because I like hated my hair curly. Like I didn't want to deal with it because then it just gets all poofy and frizzy and I keep putting product in it. Which straightening my hair every day it definitely was not good at all. Obviously, like I used heat resistant stuff, but between me and my mom and my aunt, I always made sure that my hair was straightened because I didn't want to deal with it otherwise. But it never, like, there was usually occasions, honestly, when I went to like concerts, I would go and get my hair straightened like the day before. That way the next day or like the morning of, that way at the concert it was straightened because I feel like it just looks better with outfits. If you throw it up, it still looks really cute. If you know me, if you're watching here on YouTube, my bun, I literally always just have my hair in a bun because I never, ever, ever want to deal with it. My hair is only usually down curly for like occasions, or if I just feel like having it down, which rarely even happens anymore. But yeah, I don't know. It just always feels nice. Like getting your hair done is definitely one of the things that just makes you feel really good and definitely makes you feel like a whole new person because when you come out of the salon, like 9 times out of 10, like actually probably 10 times out of 10, like I don't know if how you're coming out of a salon looking the same if you're getting your hair done, like something changed on your hair, whether you cut it, got it trimmed, highlight, dyed it, I don't know, something. Like you come out looking different. So it just makes you feel good. Like you definitely feel like a whole new person because at that point, like you are a whole new person. Like your hair is literally not the same. You're not the same. I don't know. Another thing I definitely miss is my nails. I used to have acrylic nails. I would get them done like every couple of weeks, probably like twice a month with how long they would last. I really do miss my nails. They start to add up. They get kind of expensive getting them done. I don't know. Now that I said it, I'm going to want to like get it done again. Put on some fake nails, and I probably should have mentioned this one because now I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about that. I stopped getting my nails done because at my last job, they would either always break. I mean, technically we weren't supposed to have them anyways. No one actually like yelled at me about having them. I also didn't usually have them too long. That's a lie. I probably did. But sometimes I tried not to get them really long, because I don't feel like I can function with them after a certain length, and 2, when they start to like grow out, then they just get even longer, and I don't want to deal with that. I did get them done like when I was on my maternity leave because I wasn't obviously working, but I felt like I didn't want to like scratch the baby or like poke the baby or do something where I was like hurting him with the nails. So I did stop getting them. I haven't had them for a very, very long time. But like I said, now that I've mentioned it, I'm going to miss them. But I don't know. Those are another thing where like you get your nails done, you get a fresh set of nails, you feel great. You definitely feel like a whole new person. You have a whole different personality because you have a whole new feature on you. I don't know what it is, but like getting your nails done, not even just like the acrylics, like even if you just go for like a little mani-pedi type of situation, it's just something for you, something for yourself. And it looks really good. You feel really good. I don't know. I think it's a great time. This is actually pretty clutch. The last thing that I had on my list, it's kind of a good place on the list because it's probably the last thing you're doing at night. A self-care night. That is definitely probably one of the best things I feel you can do for yourself. Whether you got your supplies when you did your little shopping spree at Target, or if you just ran to Walgreens, CVS, or even Target again at the end of the night, picking up a few extra things, and you got like a face mask or like, one of those gel that go like under your eye, like the gel masks. I love those. Those are really cool. People have tried like those feet masks. I don't know how I feel about that, but they could be pretty cool if you're into that. I feel like that kind of freaks me out. I don't know if I'd want that on my feet. I'm not really like a feet person, so like I don't know. That just doesn't really, not feeling that one. But face mask, eye mask, any other night routine, night products, I don't know. I feel like that's the best way to unwind. If you want to throw it on, jump in a bath really quick, throw on a face mask, put on a movie, chill with that on for a little bit, wash it off, finish your movie. I just feel like a little, I don't want to call it a routine because like you don't really typically have like a self-care night I mean, if you do, good for you. I definitely do not. But I feel like a little every now and then little face mask action just gets you feeling really good, and it makes you feel like, I don't know, really nice because now your skin feels nice and clean and you're a little more relaxed, hop in a bath, like I said, burn a candle. You could read. I don't know if I trust myself reading in the bath because I feel like I'll just ruin the book, but a lot of people have like those board table things you could put in the bath that you could like put food, maybe a glass of wine if you're of age. I don't know. The thought of that just sounds really nice. I definitely wish I had a bath in this apartment. We have a master bath and a guest bath. Neither of them have a bathtub. They're both stand-up showers. Yeah, I am very upset about it. I wish I could take a bath. I've been thinking about that ever since we moved into this place, and it's been over a year now, but it is what it is. But I don't know. I think that's the perfect wind down situation for your self-care, romanticizing your life day. But with that being said, that was everything I had on this list. I hope you take some stuff from it. I hope you do some of this stuff for yourself. You definitely deserve it. You'll enjoy it. You'll love it. You'll thank me later for this episode. No, I'm just kidding. But definitely check out videos on YouTube. I know a lot of people have been posting it. But with that being said, I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for listening. If you're still listening, I appreciate your support. Again, I want to thank you guys for the last episode. I don't know what it was. It's just been, the numbers have been going higher and higher, and I've been completely like in shock and amazed. Not that these episodes, honestly, on YouTube get like a ton of views. I do appreciate all the views that I do get, but I don't know, that one episode, I'm hoping these in the next couple are doing the same thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on, but I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next week back with a brand new episode. Bye.